My name is Dr. Ellen Weber, and I'm here to help you to find a new way to do two things. One, build a stronger community, one that has more purpose and passion, and raise your bottom line at the same time. I'd like to suggest to you alternative to the mentoring we typically do in organizations that literally defeats some of the advantages that we hope for, such as community building or new advances that people will run with. The problem is that a typical mentoring program contributes to tired traditions by allowing the seniors to deliver policies, facts, traditions to the upstarts, but it prevents new advances where you work from people who've just come out of MBA programs, just come off new technological advances, and are unable often to express their ideas, share their insights, or add their talents to the mix. What if instead both novices and veterans mix their talents from different sectors across your organization? What if they were to risk implementing novel approaches together and begin to build trust across departments? Imagine how together two people, old and new, one in the mechanical department, one in public relations, one male, one female, those differences together impact the bottom line positively so that an entire organization benefits. We're going to talk for a moment about moving from typical mentoring into a mindful practice called mind guiding. Here, both experts and upstarts are going to see unlimited potential because of shared wisdom. The seasoned mentors will help the clever upstarts to operate in some of the traditions that work with more regard for the rapid changing horizons and ideas that can come from these new hires or novices. Mind guiding is described more fully in my ebook, Extravagant Minds at Work, at Amazon. But here, I'd like to show how Mind Guide facilitates mutual mentoring. Let's talk about the outward benefits first. They include purpose and passion to build community and impact that bottom line positively. Because people embrace novelty with mind guiding where the capabilities differ. How so? Mind guiding literally reconfigures the human brain. Before, mentoring relied mainly on the brain's basal ganglia, that place in the brain that stores old habits and tells people how politics work and keeps the old guard moving forward. Mind guiding uses working memory for new possibilities. And unlike the brain's basal ganglia that stores old habits and defaults you into ruts, mind guiding springs you forward with life-changing opportunities. Working memory, you see, positions new information up front so that other parts of the brain can use it to problem solve. It's what allows you to keep intelligent fluid and to raise IQ across wider ranges of capabilities. So the working memory is the place that holds your brain's plasticity, that which allows even an 80-year-old to grow new brain cells for new ideas and to advance new technologies. It's very small compared to the basal ganglia's very large storage areas, but it works. So how then could mind guiding expand working memory where you work? Using this mind guiding approach, which is really simply mutual mentoring, you'll want to take into consideration maybe 10 window words that help you to build tools to allow the veterans and the novices to mutually mentor one another. The first window word then to use is to question. Question possibilities as a way to find aha solutions, and you'll begin to add cognitive boosts to others, both the young and the more experienced. The key then is to use a second window word, target. Target shared improvements from the other person's perspective rather than critique somebody's results or critique the novice coming in or the veteran using old traditions. Instead, target improvements together. The third thing you'll want to do is expect qualities differences so that people become capital and knowledge becomes shared rather than delivered from a mentor to a mentee. Then you'll want to use a concept of moving multiple intelligences into actions as tools for more of a team problem-solving approach. Let's say, for example, someone is mechanically minded, but the other person may see solutions through art or music or nature. That is using multiple intelligences. Again, you can see more of these through my ebook, Extravagant Minds at Work. If you're interested in spelling out what multiple intelligence look like, which is worthwhile since each of those can actually raise IQ and raise collective IQ across an organization in rather straightforward ways. The next word you want to use is, with these mind guiding approaches, is to reflect together. You can reflect through a very doable innovation celebration. Simply engage the wider community and ask people or invite people to add alternative recommendations to 2 Mindguides projects or 3 Mindguides projects. The next window word, or the 6th one, is risk. Risk together with your mind guide, building goodwill across differences, departments, and opposite genders or age groups to cultivate caring and curious settings for your ideas. The 7th window word I'm going to suggest as an entry point into building tools together with mind guides is laugh at yourself. That increases serotonin, which is the chemical for well-being in the brain. And it cultivates openness and the capability of learning and expanding ideas. And it decreases cortisol, which is a toxic chemical that comes from the stress or the boredom of simply being delivered to. Laugh at yourself and watch the possibilities begin to expand in your organization with mind guides. The second to the last one, you want to stack people's decks in ways that add mutual possibilities and profitability at all stages of your work. Stack the other person's deck. See things through another person's perspective or view. And that way you'll begin to play with new ideas and stretch people's unique talents into innovative possibilities for the organization and for the mind guides expansion as well. When people are building their own capabilities, they're much more apt to build the organization's capabilities. Finally, using the idea of integration, build across diverse backgrounds. Take soft and hard skills and integrate these across ages and genders and specialties, and you will begin to build better communities and foster new advances that steer away from tired traditions and that give the novelty to both novices and seniors that can come when ideas and talents are mind-guided rather than mentored. So once again, you are listening to a possibility of moving from the traditional way of mentoring, which likely is keeping the old guard in a boxed-in place and preventing the new ideas for changing horizons that all can benefit from. And mind guiding simply steps aside and mutually mentors so that the old and the young, the male and the female, the mechanic and the artist across your organization begins to reconfigure brains and literally reboot brain cells to help build community and foster new advances into approaches that impact the bottom line and certainly add to an enthused new community. I hope you've enjoyed this time together. Please do not hesitate to contact me at Brain Leaders and Learners if there are any further ways that I can assist your building stronger communities, ones that impact the bottom line.